So let's start. Om Shanti means I am a peaceful, powerful, pure soul. So up till now we covered 3 lessons, that is A, B, C, and today we are going to cover D. A means Atma, that is soul. B means Baba, that is the supreme soul who is accepted by all religion, that is form is light. Then he is the supreme, means no mother, no father, no teacher, no guru. He is the mother, father, teacher, guru of all the souls. Then beyond, means he is the highest. He knows what was in the past, what is going on, and what will be in the future, because he is beyond the cycle of birth and death. Fourth, his quality was he is, you can say, full of all qualities. That is Trikaldarshi, Trinetri, Trinity. He has no body, so establishment, sustenance, and destruction through other deities or angels. And fifth quality is occupation or regarding his power, that unlimited. That is, he is the ocean of knowledge, ocean of virtues, and ocean of powers. That was the Baba. First A, Atma, B, Baba, third lesson was C for connection with him. That is remembrance. We see now 8 powers we are going to get through remembrance, and how to connect with him by considering ourself as a soul, and that is also karma yoga. We don't have to spend special time for him. No, while working we consider ourselves as a point of light or source of unlimited light. Consciousness we have to change and remember him. And fourth lesson today, D means drama, that is world cycle, how it moves. So here it is indicated, world cycle. So here every day we can say morning, then you can say after morning there is a noon, then evening, then night, again morning. We never question why evening is not coming after morning. Same way, season. Suppose now spring, then summer, then fall, then winter, and again spring. We never ask why winter not coming after spring. And if we ask the question, nobody can change it even. Nobody has a power. All superpowers are there in the world, but they can't change the system. They can't change the nature. We can predict the storm, but we cannot prevent the storm, though we are superpower in the world. What we mean to say, this is natural laws. Just like building brand new, then medium old, then collapse, or we can fall it down and made again new. Same thing, cycle. So same way, he says, Supreme says, there was a golden age here in this world only, then it was a silver age, then it was a copper age, then it was iron age, and now golden age will come, because it is a cycle. So golden age means Satyuga, silver age means Treta Yuga, copper age means Dwapar Yuga, iron age means Kali Yuga, and in between there is a Sangam, that is auspicious confluence age. And after that, transformation will take place. So he says this cycle is of 5,000 years. Immediately the question will arise, how? We are not asking a question that why there is no, you can say, winter after spring, because we can see the things. This cycle we cannot see because our age, nobody's age is more, you can say, more than 150 years. We can see the Google and we can put it out, maximum age 150 years. That is also not of present human being, that was of, you can say, who were our ancestors, deities or angels. They have a birth, they have a death, means they have an age. God has no birth and no death. That is a different matter. Otherwise, all human being, all deities, they are also human being. What is the difference between them and us? They have 2 hands, 2 legs, body like us. Only difference is divine qualities they have, we don't have. So it always going on and just for example, another example, we are a child, then we are becoming adolescents, then mature, then old again child. It is a cycle. So he says 5,000 years it is narrated in Gita. Somebody said no, scripture says even Iron Age is 40,000 years left. Okay, believe that it is true. Then apply logic. Go and Google and find out what was the world population before 150 years. It was approximately 1 billion, 100 crores of people were on this world. Now India only 130 crores, means 1.3 billion. World population almost 8 billion. If suppose 40,000 years are left, suppose believe that is true, then where the population will grow? Even there will be no space to put a leg on the earth. It means it is something is you can say not okay in writing the scripture because scripture has been written by human being only, not by God. Or everybody what they have written the scripture, Ved Vyas, so and so deity, all were human being. They were not God. We consider them equivalent to God or equal to God, but they are not God. Our children, they may be more qualified than us. It doesn't mean they will become our fathers. No. Qualification is more, of course, but logically they are not, you can say, becoming our father or our parents. The same way, we cannot expect something that okay, they have written a scripture, so God has written a scripture. No. Everything is being created by human being, and that is also last 100 years we change our history. Who? Those who were rulers of the world, or rulers not world but rulers of the particular area, they change the history. So how they change? We'll go in a cycle. But in short, this is a cycle of not millions of years or thousands of hundreds of thousands. So it's a cycle of 5,000 years only. How we can say? So Christianity also say, Lord Christ written in his Bible that before 3,000 of years before him, there was heaven, paradise in Bharat. Particularly, he used the word Bharat. What do you mean by Bharat? Bharat doesn't mean India. Bru means Prithvi, earth. And Rat means full with diamonds, Ratna. So they are talking about Bharat means whole world, not only India. India name came from Indus River. We will see today how Hindu and Hindustan came in the existence. So he narrates that in Hinduism, you can say there is a swastika. Have you seen swastika?
Yes.
So this is a swastika. And we are making four equal parts. Godfather say why? Why you are not making three parts or five parts? Why only four parts? He says equal four ages has passed through this earth. So it is equal part. And we are not making three or two or five because four ages has passed and all ages are equal. That's the reason there are equal parts. So golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age, again golden age. It is a cycle. As for example, suppose we are discussing day and night that who is first, egg or hen?
Hmm.
No science, nobody can reply because egg is coming out of hen and hen is coming out of egg. Whole day and night or whole years we break our head to find out who is first. Nobody can reply because it is a cycle. Same way, he said this is a cycle and there is no annihilation of this world. People say pralay hua, pralay kabhi nahi hota hai, vinash hota hai, destruction is there. Destruction and semi-destruction is there. Destruction is here where at the end of the iron age, and semi-destruction is here where at the end of the silver age. 50-50, but there is no annihilation. He say if suppose annihilation is there, how he can bring so many human beings, all species on the earth, from where he will take? Science say Big Bang. Science came before 400 years only. If you go to the history of science, science was not before 400 years. Canada came before 153 years. States came before 700 years. India or Bharat, not India only. India came, you can say, before 2500 years. We will see how the name came. But it was the Bharat, means whole earth was there. So in both ages, that is golden age, there was a kingdom of Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan for Hinduism. And in silver age, there was a kingdom of Sri Ram and Sri Sita for Hinduism. Other religions say there was a angelic kingdom, God's kingdom. This is the two part. That is 2500 years, it was a God's kingdom. Deities were there, angelic religion were there, or deity religion were there, or angels were there. It is completely peaceful world. Only one world, that was Bharat, means whole world full with the diamonds. Not Bharat means India. No. Bharat means whole world joined by the land. No pieces. What we are seeing, seven continents, only one continent, name was Bharat. That is earth full with diamonds, full facility, abundant, nothing was lacking, complete and peaceful kingdom of God. And deities were rulers or angels were rulers. So during half cycle, there was no trace of sorrow. Forget about sorrow. There was even no name of sorrow was here. Whatever written in the scripture, that is again mixtures. To explain us, nothing else. To explain us, they indicated otherwise. Where there is a, you can say, Rama, there is no Rama. Where there is a Krishna, there is no Kans. Because it is a golden age, it is a God's kingdom. Devils cannot go there. Devils cannot put there even a leg on this earth. And deities, they cannot put their legs here in iron age and copper because they are pure souls with pure body. Here there is no pure body. What we means purity? Purity means even birth with the help of yoga power, with the help of mind power. Tomorrow we will see, Baba says, God says that in the golden and silver ages, the human being progeny will continue with yoga power, not with the bhoga power, what we are saying right now. How it is possible, that we will cover tomorrow. We will post a book to you on celibacy or brahmacharya. You go through the chapter number 16 and latest science has proved it is possible. They say principle of parthenogenesis. We will cover tomorrow. But what we mean to say, what he said, during 2500 years, only one world, name was Bharat, no disintegration, no pieces, only one religion. Hinduism says deity religion, other Islam says angelic religion. If there is two religion are there, they will fight, but there is only one religion, so nobody can fight their God's kingdom. So deities or angels, how they were? They were totally innocent. That is totally soul conscious. Nobody conscious. Just like we can see the child of 2 to 3 months. Child don't know whether he or she. We know, but they don't know. Same way, here deities or angels, they were just like innocent, totally innocent. They never think about past or future. That much purity was there. And that is narrated as a kingdom of Sri Lakshmi, Sri Narayan, or Sri Ram and Sri Sita. Sri means elevated, nothing else. The meaning of Sri is nothing else but elevated human being, deity human being, or angelic human being. They were human beings. They were not, you can say, were flying in air. No. There was a complete balance of science and silence in that age. Kingdom of God means, you can say, golden palace is studded with diamonds. All deities or angels, they have their own, you can say, Pushpaka Viman, or you can say own planes. Everything is run by the thought power. And you can see now thought power. What is happening? Suppose I go in my bank RBC, they have a 42-story building in downtown. We never put on the switch. Sensors are there. So we are moving toward the golden age. Even we are not opening the windows. Sensors are there depending on temperature and the sun direction. It is automatically controlled. So whatever he is telling, that world is coming. That is world with everything is running with thought power. You don't have to put on the switch or off the switch. So that is a complete balance of science and silence. Difference is silence is a great power than science. Science is controlled by the silence, and silence is the mother of science. If you see any invention, any research, you go to the life of the scientist. They slept or they have a nap and they find out new things. Suppose Watson, he find out electric bulb. How? He tried and tried, he was not able to succeed. One day in his laboratory, he has a nap and he find out that, oh, I am doing this stupid thing. That what I am doing, he is igniting the light in presence of oxygen. So he got an idea in the nap that why should not I create a vacuum and do the lighting so that burning of, you can say, two wires will not be possible. He did, he succeeded. Means science is required a silence. Silence is the mother of science. Everything coming out from science. If you go to the history of scientists, you will find out they have days and days, months and months in the laboratories, and they find out something new. So this is the world where there was complete peace, purity, power, and happiness. Slowly, God says population started from 900,000 goes to 330 million people. Hinduism says 33 crore Devi Devta. When they come here, now slowly there you can say credit side going down slowly and slowly. So they come from soul conscious to body consciousness here in beginning of the corporation. Now soul conscious gone and body consciousness come means they knows that we lost our divinity now. So if you go to the India and you see the temple, Srinath Dwara on the western side, there is a Lord Krishna's temple. It is everything is prepared from ghee and mal means everything with very nutritious food. Same temple, if you go on the eastern side, Srinathji temple, what they are doing, they are offering only rice, nothing else. So what it indicates? It indicates, and you can say, you see the temple, on the top of the temple, there are, you can say, dirty pictures of the deities. Means they gone on the warm mark. Warm mark means path of sin. That is body consciousness. In Christianity, they says Adam and Eve was advised not to eat apple, and they ate apple, and they were thrown out of the paradise. What is that? Means they were angels, but they have a apple of body consciousness, nothing else, not physical apple. We are also eating apple nowadays also. So that is everything indicated in all the scriptures in different ways. Means all these angels or deities they go in body consciousness. There was a big shock to the nature too. So there was a division of all the lands in 7 continents. The, you can say, Himalayas was not there. That much, you can say, tall mountains in the golden age and silver age. It came out, erupted, whole Dwarika gone down. But in spite of that, they have a lot of wealth, because deity they were not doing any bad action, they were soul conscious. So they are not, you can say, affected by these natural changes. But many property gone down, Dwarika gone down, and science says below Dwarika 1200 kilometers there is, you can say, you cannot even count that much gold is there, but we cannot dig it out, very very expensive. It is below the ocean, but it is there. Science has proved so many things now. It means we have lost so many things because we lost our divinity. Now, what happened? All these deities or angels, they were not able to tell themselves there's a deities or angels here. So their soul has a remembrance, soul has a sanskar that all inheritance they got from the Supreme Godfather who was a source of unlimited light. So first they created Shivlingam here. So Bindu, and the culture was at the bank river Indu, that is Sindhu, and Sindhu means Sagar, ocean. God's quality is ocean of knowledge, ocean of power, ocean of purity. So Bindu and Sindhu, that word came from that Hindu. So if you ask any Hindu who established the Hindu religion, they have no answer, because nobody established the Hindu religion. Deities or angels lost their divinity, So from the, you can say, their characteristic, from their way of life, they told from Bindu and Sindhu, they told the place of residence as a Hindustan. Hindustan, Sthan means place, and their religion they termed as a Hindu. When we established first, you can say, temple here, who? Raja Vikramaditya established the Sonmark temple full with gold. And if you wanted to see, go to the history, Somnath temple history. Muhammad Ghaznavi looted 18 times this temple. He was not a stupid guy. Nobody can come and loot these stones. Naturally, he is looted. Golds and diamonds were there. You can say lingam full of, made up full of diamonds, and whole temple was made of gold. That much property we have. In spite of that, lot of property lost in earthquakes and many things. When we told Hindu, immediately one soul came, and that soul will be in the body of Hindus only, because there was no other religion at that time. He told before 2500 years that God is not like a lingam shape. He is Allah, Noor, and he established Jewish family of religion that is called Islam, and his name was Abraham. He came before 2500 years, and he established first Islam religion. So two parts, one Hindu, one Islam. From Islam, two religion came out, Christianity and Muslim. From Hinduism, two religion came out, that is, you can say, Buddhism and Sannyas religion. So Dwapar, copper means Dwapar. Dwapar means, you can say, two separate, you can say, existence came. One was the kingdom, that is one of the political power, other is the religious power now. Up till now only one religion, deity or anything. Now two. And there were many, you can say, pieces of the land, so different kings came in existence. Now we go further, the kings were fighting among themselves for their kingdom to extend their area. So before 20 to 50 years, Buddha soul came when kings were fighting, and he told God is non-violence, don't fight. So all have given a good message of the God only. Suppose somebody is giving your or my, you can say, introduction. Suppose our parents, our spouse, or our children, our relatives, our friends, our co-workers, all are giving the, you can say, introduction of us to somebody else. But our introduction is different for everybody because they have a different experience with us. Who can give complete and perfect introduction of self? Us only, because we know what we are inside and what we are outside. Same way, everybody were the messengers of God. They were not God. They are giving the message of the God, but as per the requirement of the time and as per their experience. As per example, our introduction has been given by different people as per their experience. Same way, so all are right. Nobody is wrong. So he 20 to 50 years he given a introduction of God here. Before 2500 years, God is Allah Noor Prakash. He is right. Light. He is given another, you can say, messenger came. He say God is non-violence. He is also right. Then you can say we go proceeded further. Now by seeing the kings, subjects were fighting in between. So before 2000 years, Lord Christ came and he told, don't fight. Love thy neighbor because God is love. So he's also right. Here, for 1500 years, again Sankaracharya came and he told God is purity. If you are not able to remain pure in the household, leave your sansar, leave the world and become a pure. So he's also right. And before 1400 years, Muhammad Paigambar came. He said God is Khuda. Khuda means he is coming by himself and giving his own introduction. So he is also right. So all religious preachers, or you can say founding fathers, they given an experience, or you can say introduction of the God as per requirement of time and as per the necessity of that time. So everybody is right, nobody is wrong. What do you mean by religion? If you go to the dictionary meaning of religio, religio means way of life, nothing else. So religion is nothing but different way of living the life. That's the reason we say Hinduism is not a religion, it is a way of life. All religion are like that. And whatever their books are that is the religious book, that is also not written by anybody. What they preach, they have not written the book. After 2 to 300 years, somebody has written a book. Suppose Gita. What do you mean by Gita? Gita means song. Means somebody is recited. He is not written. Same way Bible. So when we writing any article, research article, suppose you are doing some management stuff, post graduation, or you can say PhD, then you are publishing a paper to get the degree. So we are putting a list of bibliography. Bibliography means Bible. Bible means book. Quran in their language is book, nothing else. And everything they have written after them. Suppose Lord Christ, he came before around 2000 years. There is also some difference of you can say almost 2 to 300 years, but we will not go in that history much. But what we mean to say, he everything what he preached was in Hebrew language. And in Hebrew language there is no Christian word because Christ came. At that time, there were no Christians at all. He established a religion. After 300 years, everything was translated in Greek and in Greek language and putting down also on paper. And then Christian word came from Lord Christ. So all the religion, their book is book only, nothing else, or song only, nothing else. And they have not written anything. Only after their 200 or 300 years, they when there's you can say population increase in that religion who believe in that dogma, and they slowly writing down everything. So what we mean to say, or what he said, two powers came into existence. One is the political power already was there, and religious power. Here, golden age, silver age, that is half the cycle. Religious power and political power only in one hand, that is emperor and empress. Nobody else. Here, both are segregated. That's the reason we say Dwapar. Dva means two. Slowly, building going down, we come to the iron age. One religion, many parts, many segments, many paths. Nobody knows. Who am I? Who God is? Maximum, you can say wars fought in name of God, though everybody believe God is one. Not only Hinduism, so many deities. If you go Christianity here, when we came here in Toronto, we have within a half kilometers, we have three churches. We gone there. One church we gone on the Lawrence Avenue and we ask what you are teaching. Say we are teaching Bible. What you believe? They believe in Christian, Christ, Lord Christ. What about these two? They say they have different, you can say, tenets. So whether you are going, we say no. When we gone to another two places, same thing. They believe in the same one Lord Christ. They believe in the same Bible, but still nobody is ready to mix with one another. Just like Hinduism, just like Christianity, just like all the religions. They are coming at the bottom. Not their fault. Time is going on. So natural law, we going down and down. We are losing our powers birth by birth, what we seen in the first lesson. And finally we are at here, transition place. So nobody knows, and everybody is so unhappy and so sorrow. Everybody, almost everybody, and all are praying to Him. Oh God, Father, oh purify, come down and liberate from this bad world, sorrowful world. Because that soul they have seen the happiness in this world. All the soul they have witnessed the happiness. When they came, they were Sato Pradhan, pure from the golden age. So from the supreme above. So they have experience of the happiness. So they are longing for the happiness and they are calling him because they also have sanskar that only one entity, only superpower, only supreme Godfather, he can give the happiness. So they are calling, everybody is calling, and finally he comes in a very ordinary body, gives his name as a Brahma. He is not a god. He is only to tell his version. So by mistake also, never consider anybody as a God. But he has no body, point of light or source of unlimited light, so he cannot speak. He is not coming in the cycle of birth and death, so he has to take support of the one body. He gives his name as a Brahma or creator, somebody say. And he does his job through this body. He is not doing anything. He is doing through this body, speaking through this body, give the experience to the peoples, and slowly establish the institution and passes his message that he has come. Now choice is ours, whether to accept or not. And he says, don't accept me as such. You must have some experience. Give the challenge to me. I will give you experience then and then believe. Don't believe with the closed eyes. Open your mind, open your intellect with your open eyes and ears. Listen whatever he is telling and put in your practice in your life. And when you get some experience, and then you can say believe. Otherwise, not. Not necessary. Whatever we are not telling blindly you follow. No. Always try to experiment in your life, get the exam experience, and then slowly and gradually, if you like it, go ahead. Otherwise, no problem at all. So he says, Arji Meri Marji Aapki. He says, I have come. I am telling the truth because he is the Sat Chit Anand. So he says, I am telling you this thing. Have experiment in your life, have some experience in your life with me, and see what if whether change is there or not. And then go ahead. Don't go blindly. And he says, I am Kalo Ka Kal, death of all deaths. He said, when I am coming to construct the new world, there is no annihilation here. Their destruction is there, but there is no annihilation. He says, I am coming and converting human being into deities or angels. This is his job. No human being can do that job. And again, this cycle starts from the golden age. So this is called drama. So how it revolves? We indicated golden age, right arm. Right arm is always auspicious, divine qualities, complete purity, peace, and prosperity here. Then silver age downgrade. Slowly we are going down. So slight quality of happiness or slight decrease in quality, 2 degrees. What we mean by qualities decrease that we will cover day after tomorrow. Miss sixth lesson. What we mean by you can say full of all virtues and 16 celestial degrees full that we will cover in detail in lesson number 6. But here 2 degrees goes down and we are coming in the silver. Slowly we are coming here. Copper is path of vices or unrighteousness started here because right hand is over, now left hand is starting. Impurity comes, second grade by nature, qualities and actions down, religious four came, dispute started, sorrow started from here to up to here. Iron is impurity, suffering, conflict, calamities goes to the extent maximum. As we discussed in second lesson, more about 200 religions are there in the world. Nobody knows who am I, from where I have come from, who is he, supreme, how we should connect with him, and how this world cycle turns. So he comes and he explains everything, and by his you can say what he's saying we put in practice, try to get the experience, try to change the life, and again golden age will start. He says, I have no magic stick to change the world. If I am changing the world, then I have to make everybody as a emperor and empress. That is not possible. So you have to make effort to change yourself and to get the status. So all souls are passing through 3 stages. What are the stages? Liberation. When all sages are in supreme abode, all are liberated. Means no body, subtle or physical. They are perfect and complete souls. So one is liberation. Another stage is liberation in life. When we were came in the golden age or paradise, or you can say heaven, they were liberation in life. Life is there, but they are not bounded by the actions. because they are innocent, they are soul conscious. And birth by birth, they are, you can say, debiting their account slowly and gradually because they are soul conscious. So speed of decreasing going down is very, very slow. And then we come to the corporate bonded life. So all these souls who are coming here, they will the birth by birth coming here, and new souls also are coming down from top to bottom. When they come down, they are happy, they are powerful because they are coming from the supreme above. And when you can say end comes, all the souls will go back. That is again supreme abode. But how they will go? There are only two ways to go here. Because here only pure and powerful soul can go. Impure soul cannot go. So Hinduism say God will come, Dharamraj, and they will punish and everybody will be taken here. Those who believe in him and those change their life with themselves, there will be no punishment. If we are not becoming equal what he wants, what the place wants, then punishment will be with Dharamraj. Islam says Qayamat ka divas. Christianity says settlement days. All religion says finally he comes, takes everybody back because we are children of him. We are very much in sorrow. We called him out here. He comes here. He guides us. He says, my dear children, come with me. Whether we want or not, he has come to take us, all of us, to there because we call him. So he takes everybody. But there are only two ways. प्यार से या तो मार से. With love, if we consider okay, without any punishment, not with love, then with punishment because it is his duty. But he says, I will not take out any person by force. He says, condition will be like that at the end that everybody will call me out. Condition will be worsened day by day and people will be forced to remember him. So he says, before the force comes, if you understand by love, it is good for you. You will get good status in the future in paradise. If you understand, otherwise, everybody has to go back home. Just like building is old, there is no choice except to collapse it or automatically it will be collapsed. So world will be new, that is 100% sure. And he never gives the time, exact time when it will come. He said it is examination. You have to be ever ready. Anything will come at any time that is accidentally, but you must have a long term practice so that when anything happened, you will be stable, cool, calm, immovable, unshakable, like Yudhishthir, who is stable in war, inside and outside. So we have to get that stage, that is very important. He is not forcing anybody. He says, I am telling you the reality. Whether to accept or not, that is your choice. Arji meri, marji aapki. These are the three stages of the soul. All souls are passing through that. So that's the reason. If we come to the Western world, why they are so beautiful and so happy, more rich, because these souls are coming late in the cycle. We souls who are deities, they are coming, you can say, from so many years, cycle after cycle, birth after birth, birth after. So we lost the power. These souls are coming fresh from the top, that is from Supreme Abode. So they are more beautiful, more you can say happy as compared to us because they are fresh souls. They are pure souls. They are powerful souls. They are more honest as compared to us. Why? You can compare with themselves. They are very open, very honest because they can say whatever they wanted to say. They are very, very clean and clear as compared to us. That's the reason why Western world is more beautiful, more happy as compared to Eastern world because we pass through so many generations. They are fresh souls as compared to us. How can we say this thing? That Bharat was one and blah blah blah, so many. Go through the past. We have collected only 10 universities from India. This is around before 1000 years. India was the only country, now it is India, otherwise Bharat, to have university education in ancient times. It is recorded in the Lords of House before 400 years. It is recorded so many Chinese pilgrims came to study to take education in India. It is everything is recorded. The reason why they were all shattered by invaders came before 1000 years and they shattered all the universities from the beginning. Remaining portion, European came and they shattered our education system by Lord Macaulay. If you go to the history, we will not go to the history. It is very, very long, very, very interesting also, but we will not go because it take a lot of time. You can do some research from the Google and you find out that what is the reality. We are recording this thing, so you can use this recording also to find out through Google. What is that? Sorry. That universities, when it was, where it is, everything is indicated. Suppose Ratnagiri, Odisha, 7th century before Nalanda, Pushpagiri, Vikramshala, Odantapuri, Nalanda, Valbi, this were in India now. In 1947, disintegration Bangladesh, Pakistan and Bharat. So one in Pakistan, three in Bangladesh. So India means Bharat was the whole world disintegrated in the beginning of the copper age, slowly going down. They disrupted everything. East India Company came in 1608 in Surat. Surat was the most, you can say, prominent port in the world. Even the Indian rupees was, you can say, higher than pound when we got the independence. Forget about dollar. We are not going to the into dollars. We are talking about the pound when English European came. Why European came to India? To trade. East India Company 1608, they recorded in Lords of House that only we can loot the Surat for 1000 years. Surat Sonani Murat means Surat has too much gold. Everything was exported through Surat in those days. That is one port of Gujarat, that is India. And at that time, all the makmal, you can say, what velvet, you can say, all these clothes, even steel, even surgery was exported to different countries. Captain Kus, who lost the battle with Tipu Sultan, he cut down his nose, he ran away and he come to Nashik. Some Vaid was there. He made a surgery for 1 year. His nose was okay. He gone back to London. Miss Lord, he was a Lord of House member. He gone there. He shown. See my nose. Can you say it is? You can say plastic surgery. No. So plastic surgery. Everything was in Bharat. Everything. If you go to this tree, even people know that you can say this research or you can say invention of the plane was Wright Bandhu. But if you go to the history, it was Sivkar of the Bombay. He first, if you go to the even YouTube, you will find it out. But at that time, when everything patented, India was slaved by Europeans. So nobody was there to represent India, and all the patents were taken in their name. And I'm not talking India means only India. No. Bharat means even Iran, Iraq, Middle East, everything was in Bharat. So that is the big glorified history, but they changed the history because 800 years these Mughals and Muslims have invaded India. So they changed the history. 200 years, you can say Europeans came, they changed the history. And what was the remaining came the Congress. We are not dealing with any party, and Congress or secularism came and they also changed the history of Bharat. In 1000 years, history was totally, you can say, broken. Everybody who was ruling, you can say, Bharat, they were tried to show themselves as a great Akbar, great European, whatever the name may be, but they were not really great. They were the invaders. They came to India to trade. Suppose we came in Western world, why? To earn the money. Same way, they came to India, why? Because it was the richest country in the world. So how we lost everything? What are the rules and regulation or what are the laws to govern this earth? There are the different laws. So first law is a man-made laws. What is that? So religious leaders made to maintain high standard of morality, harmony, love and peace in society. So all religion came why? To sustain the society, nothing else. Religio again, way of life. To maintain this society, they have given very good principles, but their followers, they have created their own kingdom, one can say. And now nobody is ready to leave that, you can say, palaces or their kingdom. That's the reason people are fighting in between. Then second law, nature's law. Law of nature for physical science, what we are seeing. Power, you can say entropy law or Newton's law. Actions and reactions are always opposite and equal. Everything is applicable as per nature. Like biological laws. As for example, aging, first small child, then adolescence, then mature, then old, again child. It is a biological law. Godfather says, I am not interfering in natural laws. People believe that God is moving the leaves of each plant, each you can say trees. God says, what is my role there? Nothing. Wind is coming, tree are there, so you can say their leaves are moving. I am not moving anything there. There is no role of me in natural law. He said, I never come in between in natural law. So everything goes through sato, that is pure. Rajo means in between, and tamo. Like Buddhism says, law of impermanency means nothing is permanent in this world. Everything is changing except change. So everything is changing as per the natural law. He says, I am not interfering in any natural law to reverse it. People believe that he is Almighty authority, so he's, you can say he can do whatever he wants. He said, no, I am not interfering in natural laws. Then third law is the law of karma. It is a spiritual law applicable to each and every spirit or soul, applicable to all souls like no witness, no proof, and at random. Suppose we are sick, we cannot say why my neighbor is not sick and I am sick. We cannot say that because karmic law. No witness, there will be, suppose we tell the same why they are not, there will be no witness, there will be no proof, and it come at any time. So whatever we are doing, we have to get the result of that. Positive, then X result will be positive. Negative, then result will be negative. He said there will be no set off. Suppose somebody is doing two good things and one bad thing. So set off, he said no. There is no principle of set off in law of karma. Everything, if you are doing good, you will get the good result. If you are doing bad, blah blah blah. So he is not interfering in karmic law also. So now question will arise, then what is his duty or what is his role? His role is to only give the knowledge. Knowledge means not information. Knowledge means to know something and put in practice. That is called knowledge. So his role is to give knowledge and to give the power to change our life. This is his law. So our karmic accounts will come to us. But if we understand, if we take responsibility that it is my karmic law, not anybody else. So I have to settle that karmic accounts. If understanding is there and he is giving me power to sustain anything, then he says, you are yudhishthir, you are stable, not losing anything, always happy. Why? It depends upon our understanding. Everything depends upon us, how we take the situation. If we take very, you can say, seriously in a negative way, everything will be negative. As you think, so shall you become. So he says, he is not interfering in any karmic law. He is not making any dead person alive or live person dead. He says, I am a magician, but not the people who are doing the magic in this society. I am not like that. As for example, suppose some magician show is there, we are giving a ticket money and seeing his show. His same job, suppose somebody saint is doing or sage is doing, we say, oh, God is there. Same thing he is doing, where we are seeing a magic show. Magicians are there in the world, where we are paying one show, you can say fees to them. They are also, you can say, taking out money from their pocket. If some saint or sages or some holy men, they are taking out money from their pocket, people say, ah, God is there. God say, I am not in anybody. He said, this is not my job. My job is to transform human being into deities. That is, human being with all virtues and all powers. That is his job. So he is considered the greatest magician. In Sikhism it says, मनुष्य को किए देवता करत न लागिवा. He transforms human being into deities or angels, and it doesn't take much time for him. About 100 years he is completing all his tasks. But we have to make effort to understand that thing and to connect with him, so that we have a power. Any situation comes, we can handle very, very coolly, calmly, and in stable way. So this is called law of karma. Fourth law, cause and effect. Everything has a cause. All action, whatever we are getting, has a cause. As for example, somebody is a corona. We say somebody died because of corona. Somebody died because of accident. We never say God has killed somebody. No. So all the actions, all the effect, they have a cause. So it is called law of cause and effect. Next, law of fruition. Three kind of fruits are there. Whatever we are doing, some fruits are instant, immediately. Suppose you are in your home, you have your own stove, but if you are putting your hand on the stove, which is very hot, then what will happen? You will burn immediately. It will not give you a relationship, oh, he is my owner, so I cannot burn him. No, it is an instant fruit. Some fruit are short term. Suppose we got admission in medical college or university. If we studied for 5 years, we will be a doctor. We can see the fruit. Some fruits are long term. Suppose somebody is building a hospital, college, university, or you can say dharmashala, whatever the name. Good things, they are doing something, not in terms of money, but by creating some facility. So no need, no, you can say, chance of misuse of money. Then something they will got here. They will get publicity, name and fame in the society, in the newspaper, blah blah blah. So 50% gone. But still it is a long term fruit. So they are going to get in their next birth. Somebody is donated for hospital, then they will get a good health. Somebody is donated for the, you can say, education. Naturally they will get a good education in the future. That's the reason. Two newborn babies, astrologically they have come in this world at same time, same day, same chagadia, everything is same astrologically. But one is coming at the richest persons, another coming at the poorest person. Why there is a difference? Because of the past karmas. People believe that we are passing through different species and we settle all our karma. If we settle all our karma, why there is a difference at the birth only? When two new babies are coming, astrological same thing, still so many things different because of our past karmas only. So it is called law of fruition. Last law, law of consciousness. Which what consciousness, with what intention we are doing the karma, it will give the fruit. So one is the sukarma, another is akarma, third one is the vikarma. What is sukarma? When we consider ourselves as a soul, when we consider soul, there is no limitations, no boundaries. Soul means we are not seeing the gender, we are not seeing the age, not the religion, not the, you can say, culture, not the color, not seeing anything. And when we are remembering him, so karma yoga, that is called sukarma. What is the akarma? Akarma means we are considering ourselves as a soul, means no boundaries, but we are forgetting to remember him. So there is no effect of karma because we are not creating any karma, because we are soul conscious like small baby up to 3 months, or like deity or angels. All are akarmas. What is the vikarma? When we consider ourselves as a body consciousness, so naturally God will not be remembered. So everything in body consciousness we are doing vikarma. So this is the law of consciousness, intention. Suppose somebody trying to, you can say, shoot somebody, to kill somebody, but he saved. And if you go to the court, that person who was shooting, he will be given a punishment like he has already done a, you already shoot him. Why? Because intention was to shoot down the person. So intention, consciousness is very important. So he says he has no body, he don't require any money from anybody, he don't want. He says only conceit change your consciousness. If you give money to somebody and he is suppose making a sinful act, then we are responsible because we given a money to him and he purchased the, you can say, 303 and shoot down somebody, or he purchased some gun and shoot down somebody, we are also responsible. So he says be very very careful even in donating the money, otherwise we are responsible. Best way is to change the consciousness of karma. With what consciousness we are doing the karma, that is very very important. Acha, we will do a meditation for 5 minutes, 1 minute, and then if you have any question we can discuss.
Okay.
So I am a peaceful, powerful, pure soul. When I came in the golden age, I was so much full of happiness, full of purity, full of peace, and full of power. Slowly and gradually I came down. When we come in body, we forget the Father immediately, though we are soul conscious. Small child don't know who God is, same way even deities don't know, and there is no need to remember him because there is one proverb, dukh mein simran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi. Everybody remembers Godfather when there is a sorrow. Nobody will remember when there is happiness. So in the golden age and silver age, no need to remember him because we are equivalent to him in qualities. We all are God and goddesses, or we all are angels or deities, but God is one. Our quality is equal to him, but we are not God. So we all are deity or angels. Too much happiness on this world only. He is not doing any business of exporting and importing, exporting human being from here to somewhere else and importing deities from somewhere else. No, he says, I am transforming the world. No parent or nobody can create an old building. Everybody creating a new building or new house. Old automatically becomes. We don't have to make any effort to convert something old. Automatically age going down, the building will become old. Anything we purchase, automatically it going, we are using or not, it will go to old. We garbage it out after some time. So slowly descending started. We came down birth by birth, birth by birth. Even in the silver age, we were very happy. Only some difference in degree, some difference in celestial powers is there. Otherwise, we are deity, we were angels. We came to the, you can say, beginning of the copper age. We came in body consciousness. Path of sin started. Shock was to the nature because we changed our body consciousness. We came into body consciousness. We change our consciousness from soul to body slowly and gradually because we are losing the powers day by day. We started worshipping Jyotirlingam, point of light, source of unlimited light, and call them Lingam in shape and call him God Shiva. It was a point of light on the Lingam, and he was a Sindhu, means ocean in qualities, powers, and knowledge. So Bindu and Sindhu, and our culture was on the river Sindhu. So Sindhu and Bindu, we termed ourselves as a Hindu because we lost our divinity. All the angels, not only we, doesn't mean only Hindu, no, all lost deities and angels their divinity, so they called Hindu. They started worshipping immediately. One soul of Abraham came before 2500 years and he said, God is not like Lingam. He is Allah Nur, and he established the Islam religion, that is family of Jewish family of religions. Now there is a, you can say, pieces of the world, seven pieces of the world, seven continents created. Then we started further, and kings were fighting in between. So one soul came before 20 to 50, 100 years, that is Buddha, and he told that God is non-violence. We proceed further. Then Lord Christ came, he told God is love, don't fight in between. So slowly we going down in the copper age. Now we enter into iron age. One religion, so many sects, so many paths, so many beliefs. Nobody knows about God. People were in too much sorrow, too much conflicts, everything gone down and down, sorrow and sorrow. People were crying out for God. And finally, at his time, he came in this world, take the support of an old body, and he gives the knowledge and powers through him, and changing this world, transforming this world in short time, again from iron aged world to the golden aged world. In between there is a destructions, not annihilation. On one side, there will be small portion of the world will be separated, where the kingdom of God or heaven will be started to establish. On another side, destruction of the remaining world will be there. Transition period, you can say about 20 to 25 years after, you can say, birth of the deities. And slowly transformation takes place. We all go to the supreme abode step by step, and then again came down to play our role as deities. We will see tomorrow further and further in different pictures the same thing in detailed way, how it is transforming. So this is the story we call as a discuss of self-realization or Swadarsan Chakra. It is a cycle. Darshan means we are seeing, Swa means myself. Soul, he is moving in all these four ages. So we are seeing and we are removing our negativities by seeing ourselves in the cycle. And we are becoming again like angels or deities. Acha?
Okay.
Om Shanti. So our lesson is over. If you wanted to ask any question, we can go ahead.